See if we can zoom in on this a little bit. We've got a dungeon tier list, ladies and gentlemen, for Oldschool RuneScape today by a brand new tier list. He just put it together. So we're going to be rating them in order from best being S tier to worst being F tier, based on how fun they are, how bad they are, and how good they look. Okay, we got the Fungeon up top, and then we got the unfungeon down below. We've got a classic here, the Waterfall Dungeon. This used to be the hotspot for back in the day, killing the fire giant. It still is like a spot today, but it's really just become obsolete with every other dungeon in the game. Used to be good, OG, but now in the state that Oldschool RuneScape is in, it's kind of dead unless you're going there for Kona or you're doing a few quests. The Waterfall sits in a nice D tier for still looking good, being cool, but it's really just, it's not a really fun dungeon anymore. It's not very fun. It's not a Fungeon. We're going to actually move it to E tier because I think that's actually setting a better benchmark for the rest of the dungeons. Alright. Next we have the VLD Caves. Now this is convenient timing because Jagex has just put in a new shortcut that lets you get down here where this little dragon eye thing is for the master clue. However, the rest of the dungeon is quite obsolete. Like, you need 96 agility to use that shortcut. Otherwise, it's just for the Legends quest, which before, like, without the amazing XP boost they gave to the Legends quest rewards, was one of the worst quests in the game. VLD Caves are honestly pretty bland. It's a bit annoying. It's out of the way. It's in one of the worst parts of the worst parts of the game. It's for some reason the same as the Shaman Caves here. Oh, okay. So these, do we treat these as different parts of the cave because you go from the Shaman Caves into the VLD Caves maybe? Is that correct? Are these technically two different caves? Why the fuck am I getting audio? Fuck off. Maybe I guess they are. So I'll judge them separately. The VLD Cave specifically, where the clue is, where the whiz is at the top of that hill, is annoying to get to, has a big requirement, and is pretty bland. Doesn't have a lot going for it. They both suck absolutely. This is F tier. I think it's a pretty rough cave, and I think the Shaman Caves prior to it is almost the same. It just requires more chores. It's honestly just as bad. Instead of it being annoying to get to, it's just annoying to be in. Next we have the underwater tunnels. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the underwater tunnels. This is during the quest, I believe Cabin Fever, where you, maybe it's the Great Brian Robbery, one of the two, where you have to go past all these pirates. Am I correct? I believe so. Again, it's another dead in the water, obsolete cave. You don't even go there to grind for. So we put that in the F tier and move on. The what robbery? The Great Brian Robbery. Tunnel of Chaos. I don't actually know what any of this is. I've never seen this before. If someone can let me know what the Tunnel of Chaos is. It looks like they're wearing Dagenhai. So it tells me it's something wilderness related. If you can let me know what that is, that'd be great. Thank you. Let's move on to Temple of Marimbo Dungeon. So this is where the undead monkeys are under Apatol. Looks great, but otherwise kind of dead. You know, you don't really go there to fight the monkeys because they're shit. This is where you need this for like your Zenite, and I believe you have to do this for the Monkey King part of Recipe for Disaster. The design of the dungeon isn't actually too bad. I know the colors are all bland and normal, but you got these two cool ass fires in the back corner and a bunch of undead apes walking around. We're going to go D tier for that. That's not a bad dungeon. Shortcut to Chaos Altar that avoids water. Is this a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. That's pretty cool. Shortcut to the Chaos Altar that avoids water. You guys are going to have to show me that later on. Tunnel of Chaos sounds cool then. We're going to put it in, we'll put it in D tier. Okay, because I can't really rate it too well if I've never used it, but that sounds like it should be pretty helpful. All right. Now we've got the Rashilia's tomb. This is probably either Charlotte Village or... Yeah, this is Charlotte Village dungeon, right? Again, another quest, obsolete, dog shit, F tier. Like, a lot of these are never going to be too good. Though the mouse hole, quest only, really, you don't go here after that. The mouse hole, pretty badass. It's actually one of the best designed dungeons in the game. I fuck with that. Mouse hole's B tier for sure. And Beans is there, all the fucking rats. Next we've got the Jatizo Mine. Used once, never used again. Doesn't have any use. And the trolls are so fucking annoying. Like, it's a terrible dungeon. F tier. You don't need that garbage. Gorak Dungeon. The Duke and the Phantom Muspars home looks pretty sick, actually. It's well designed. It doesn't look too dungeony, although it actually is a dungeon. Obviously, it's just an underground city, more or less. We put this one in the S tier. That is a cool dungeon with lots of usability, and it's a very fun dungeon. It's a fungeon. We've got Enakra's Temple. This is a quest-only dungeon, but is quite fun. Well designed, nice little puzzle. Actually, a pretty decent dungeon. We're going to put that in the A tier. That's very fun. That is a fungeon. Eagles Peak Dungeon, dead content on release. We don't need to debate that. That's dog shit. Dungeon in a player in house. I've never used one personally, but I would argue that this is probably one of the more fun dungeons in the game. I don't know if anyone uses dungeons in their player in house. I think you can fight shit down there. You put dragons there. Pretty badass. We put that in the B column for now. It's a B column place. Dorgish Khan South Dungeon. This is the dungeon that you run through to get to Dorgish Khan, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't know. I didn't know there was more than one, except where the agility courses. This is the mine, right? Maybe there's an FK agility method in player in house dungeons. I didn't know that. I'll have to check that one out. It's the one in demo mode where are the nerd clans PK? What at the chaos one? What do you call? Sorry, the tunnel of chaos. I don't know. Yeah, where that is. 18k XP an hour. Okay, that's not too bad. Dorgish Khan South Dungeon, I'm pretty sure it must be the one to run to Dorgish Khan itself, which is pretty cool. We'll put that in B tier. You kind of get the shortcut and that's it, but the dungeon design's pretty nice because it's got holes that take you to the Lumbridge Swamp, which is pretty cool. The Charlotte one, right, I see. Okay. The Brine Rat Cavern is dog shit. I don't like it. I don't ever do the Brine Rats in general. And if you're following the quest line, the part... it might be either before or after this dungeon is just a complete fucking RNG battle. It's pretty dog shit. We're going to put it in E tier because I guess Brine Rats do have some usability and that way it keeps the dungeon alive, but fuck Brine Rats. Barrows. Barrows are fun. Barrows are well designed. Barrows stand the test of time. I think we can agree Barrows are S tier. That's a fungeon. That is a fun dungeon right there. Azarun. This is another Charlotte Village dungeon. And it's another steaming pile of shit. With the Wyvern Cavern. Yeah, the Wyvern Cavern's good. This is, I believe, Slayer task only on Fossil Island. And there's the Ancient Wyverns there. See these ones here on the right? These are the long-tailed Wyverns. These are the only ones you should be killing unless you want to do Ancients. You should not be doing Spitting or whatever the other Wyverns are because the long-tailed Wyverns don't range attack. They're only melee and breath. So the more people that know about that, the better. This is a great dungeon. That's an A-tier dungeon right there. Marianne, good morning. How are we? Good to see you. We Salt Mine. This is just before the Garrick Dungeon. Kind of garbage. But there is a hole. There's like a butthole joke in there, right? That Mod Ash made. So that's pretty dope. Put that in B tier. B for butthole. Waterworth Island Dungeon. Now that there's a shortcut to skip a lot of it, it's less cancer, but it's still pretty cancer. C for cancer. I think that's fair. Underwater. I only touched the seaweed. There's other things to do underwater, but I feel like they're just like if you want to train hunter and fishing in different methods. But for the most part, underwater, the fact that it requires an apparatus and flippers is a little bit of a grind. We're going to give it C tier. We're going to give it C. We'll say underwater's pretty cool, but it's just fucking annoying being underwater in this game. Tutorial Island Mine. Hell yeah. If it didn't have a level 3 skill cap, it would be S tier, but we're going to get A tier for Tutorial Island Mine. We fuck with that. Troll Stronghold is... I mean, you can't really blame Troll Stronghold for being pretty boring and dog shit because that's what trolls are. So we're going to give it a D tier. That's going in D. Stronghold Slayer Cave used to be S tier. Now, it's pretty lazy and bland and, like, you only use it if you're doing Konar because everywhere, like, well, Konar or Aber Inspector tasks. So we're going to go maybe B tier. It used to be S tier when it had, like, Krakens and Gargoyles and shit in there. That was the best. But they changed it. Mostly Harmless Caves, we were just in there. Looks good. Everything else is dog shit. So we're going to give it a D tier. D tier rating on that one. The Mostly Harmless. I think that's fair. Isle of Souls. Pretty fucking useless. People rate it. Guess what? The rating's E. It's pretty shit. It's not a very good place at all. It's garbage. Grand Tree Tunnels is on here twice. So we're going to delete one of those. And Grand Tree Tunnels are... F tier, because they're garbage. Yeah, fuck the Grand Tree Tunnels. Get rid of that text real quick. God Wars Dungeon. Sorry, what's that? Jungle Horrors are a task, are they? Oh god. Who the fuck's doing Jungle Horrors for a Slay task? God Wars Dungeon, I think we can all agree, is again S tier. It seems like the dungeons that are the fungeons, the better dungeons are the ones where you go bossing and get good rewards, which makes sense. Then we've got Evil Chicken Lair. Black Dragons here are pretty cool. The Evil Chicken is a good shout out. It's not too bad of a dungeon. It's designed pretty nicely too, so we're going to give that one a nice B tier. B for black. That's Black Dragons. Entrana Dungeon. This is a classic dungeon. Put that in B tier as well, because it's not bad. And it leads you straight to the worldie, which is pretty cool. But the content in there is kind of just, you know, Crumbling Tower Basement. I don't think I've ever been in the Crumbling Tower Basement. So I'll let you guys read that one. How do you feel about the Crumbling Tower Basement? Crash Island Dungeon. Yeah, this one's just full of snakes. Shit. Let's go on F tier. Fuck that. Garbage. Ape Atoll Dungeon. Oh, the classic zigzagging undead monkeys and the falling roofs and the little traps that you don't use a plank for and that they never trigger on you, and then the spikes that come out of the ground with the poison and the little midgets at the end with fucking anger issues. That's going E tier. That's a fucking terrible dungeon. The Tower Basement, I believe, is on the other side of Isle of Souls, right? I'm pretty sure. The Tower Basement other than the chest. Well, I don't know what else is in there, so I'm not sure. Goblin's on here again. Anon, you're getting a bit too excited, buddy. Look at this. You doubled up on everything. Did I double up or did you double up? We got a couple of doubled up boys here, dude. What's going on? Jesus, mate. You trying to make me shit myself with all these fucking dungeons. Fucking delete, bitch. Go away. Look at this, eh? Fucking Anon's all over it. Anyways, Crumbling Tower. F tier. Alright, that's the first thing I saw. It's going in F. Wilderness Slayer Cave is fucking awesome. Multi-combat. Good for PKing in. And I've said a few people. We're putting that in A tier. A for awesome. Wilderness God Wars Dungeon. Is there a crack in the middle of the Wilderness God Wars Dungeon? I didn't know that. Wilderness God Wars Dungeon is D tier. It is shit. Full of garbage, full of bots. Ecumenical keys are for people who are amateurs and dog shit at life. Wilderness Agility Course Dungeon. This isn't a dungeon. This is just you failing a fucking Wilderness Agility Course trap. That's all this is. However, it's pretty badass. We're going to put that in A tier. I like that. Hell yeah. Sabering, Crossbow, Goat, LSG, Noob. Sure. Web Chasm. The Web Chasm is pretty cool. It looks dope as well. And it's got Venenatus. Wait. That's Venenatus, yeah, the Web Chasm. We'll put that in A tier. We like that one. It looks dope. And then you got Vedion's Rest. And I like the one thing I like about this room is that the little tomb, whatever it is, the coffin at the back there changes color when Vedion changes color. Rendering text layer will cause it. Fuck off. Let me just. Okay, whatever. All right. I think that's pretty cool. These are all cool designs. Like Jagex did a good job with these redesigns. So I think we're going to remove the Silk Chasm and like the other ones, but they're going to be rated the same as the Web Chasm because they're the exact same. Revenant Caves are they're fun. Revenant Caves are maybe S tier, maybe. Yeah, I think S tier because I think they're pretty well designed as well. It's a pretty well done place. Major Inner Bank. It's where the cringes hang out. We're going to go C for cringe. Otherwise, it's pretty cool. Lava Maze Dungeon. It looks dope, but it's kind of dead. We'll give it B tier. Give B tier to Lava Maze. King Black Dragon Lair is so fucking lazy. Look at that shit. It's just a big fucking. Like, how is that a lair? There's barely any money on the floor. You know, dragons are meant to like love gold, right? But not this dragon. Not the King Black Dragon. We're gonna put it in C tier. It's pretty fucking dog shit. Hunter's End, so that'll be Artios. We'll put Callisto's Den there. Callisto's Den, I think, can go. Honestly, I think the Web Chasm and Vedion's Rest is a bit better than Callisto's Den, to be honest, just the way that it looks. I think Callisto's is probably going to be A tier while the others are S tier. I think that's fair. Frox Enclave Dungeon. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe a bit of like lore for the Frox Enclave Dungeon. When they were making changes to Something in the Wilderness, or when they introduced it at least, there was one square in the Frox Enclave Dungeon just outside the Clan Wars portal that was PvP. Is that correct? So people were coming through the portal and getting fucking PK'd? It was just one square. I believe that was a thing. I could be wrong though, but that's what I heard. I think that's fucking funny. We're going to give this is a pretty bland dungeon otherwise. We're going to E tier for that one. They can that? Yeah, I believe that was a thing. Yeah, KBD Lairs same as Nightmare Zone, pretty much. The escape caves are fucking well designed. They're good. Escape caves are fucking A tier, dude. They did a good job of that. Deep Wilderness Dungeon. Have we already done this? No. Deep Wilderness Dungeon is pretty garbage, in my opinion. I think it's shit. It's from E tier garbage. Corporeal Beast Cave is lazy, but it does look pretty different to everything else. We're going to go D tier. Corp's pretty lazy, but we'll accept Corp this time around. Volcano's Prison looks fucking dope. Too bad fighting Volcano is a fucking tedious task, so he's going to get A tier instead of S. Do all woody bosses run out to escape caves? Only the big woody bosses. Traharim Mine looks great, but it's just a mine that's kind of horseshit. You get wet clay, I think, instead of normal clay from here. Otherwise, it's kind of shit. We'll go E tier for that. Is the Gauntlet considered a dungeon? Blue Gauntlet's better than Red Gauntlet, and it's going to go A tier because I'm assuming this is both gauntlets combined. Blue's better than red, otherwise it'd be S tier. IOF Dungeon is an S tier dungeon. This is fucking... No, this dungeon would be S tier if it was multi-combat. It's going to go B tier because of that. Alright. IOF Camp Caves. I didn't know that this had a cave. Oh, yeah, you use it in a quest, don't you? That's F tier. I'm running out of fucking space here. Hold on. Werewolf Agility Course is better now. Never done it. E tier. Theater of Blood is not a fucking cave. However, in this instance, we're going to put it in S tier because it's a good cave. Slayer Tower Basement. Is that really a cave? Don't know. Jagex probably classes it as a cave. It would be better if it was multi-combat. It is A tier because of that. Sisterhood Sanctuary, where the Nightmare is. Probably one of the best designed caves in the game. S tier. Shade Catacombs is pretty dope, but it's shade content, which means it's garbage, so that's C tier. What the fuck? Ranis Drakan's Crypt. That's part of the Night at the Theater grind. D tier. Marique Hideout is terrible, and it's run by a bunch of fucking virgins, so that's some E tier shit right there. Mauritania Spider Nest is pretty dope. That's going in B tier. I like that one. Experiment Cave with the little she-dog and the dog sheep. That's D tier. That's garbage. Ectofundus Dungeon looks fucking dope, to be honest, especially when you go down there and you check out the Ectofundus. That's A tier. Day Out Essence Mine looks awesome. That's going S tier, to be honest. I like the look of the Day Out Essence rocks more than anything. There we go. Nicely done. Man, how many fucking dungeons are there? Are you serious? There's 160... What? 160? I've done like 40. How the fuck? I've got to resize all these fuckers too. Alright, I'm going to start overlapping if I have to. Times Layer looks good, but it's garbage, so C tier. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Abandoned Mine is garbage. Delete it. We don't need Abandoned Mine. It's horseshit. Wizard's Tower Basement is not a dungeon. Fuck it off. Varrock Sewers, it's a classic, but it's dog shit, so it's going in D tier. There it is. Tolna's Rift is shit, so it's getting deleted. Stronghold of Security is a classic, and it's probably, yeah, I'd put it in fucking A tier. It's going over here in A tier behind those. You can just trust me. Sourhole Cave is lazy garbage. That's some E tier shit. This is, oh yeah, this is the Priest in Peril. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll put it in C tier. It's a nice dungeon. Lumbridge Cave Swamp. Yeah, that's C tier for garbage. The Lumbridge Castle Cellar, I don't know if I class that as a dungeon, but it's a classic. We've got S tier. The Ham Hideout is gay, get rid of that. Edgefield Dungeon is a classic, but it's just Varrock Sewers times 2, let's be honest, so it's also D tier. Drainer Sewers is so bad that it's being deleted. Dorgish Khan Mine, I guess is... Sure. Digsite Dungeon is actually used for tutorial skipping, so we're going to put that in the B column behind there. Water Ravine Dungeon looks fucking dope. So we'll put that in the C column. Turns of a Massacre, that's getting deleted. Fuck Turns of a Massacre, that ain't a dungeon. And yeah, fuck that raid. Sophanum Dungeon, pretty cool. Pretty cool, boys. There we go, that can go C tier. Smoke Dungeon is also cool. So that's going C tier. Everything's going C tier, boys. Scarabus Dungeon. Where the fuck is that? That's the Beneath Cursed Sand with the puzzles. That's actually fucking sick. I like that dungeon. That's going A tier. We take that one for sure. The Ruins of Uza Basement. That's the Shadow of the Storm, I believe. That's C tier. Man, this is fucked. Anon, are you fucking with me with this fucking tier list? This is crazy, man. Cowfight Lair is probably B tier because it's pretty lazy. Cowfight Cave is A tier because it's way better than the Lair. Giant's Foundry, that's B tier for sure. This cave, whatever that is, that's fucking E tier. Lizardman Temple, that's also E tier. That's fucking hot garbage. The Lizardman Caves, however, these are good. We put those in the C tier. Karum Slayer Dungeon, I rate the fuck out of this dungeon. That is A tier. I hope you guys are keeping up with me here. Chambers of Xeric is S tier. Of course it is. Hespori Cave is it's there. It's a B tier cave. Headless Beast Cave, yeah. We'll take that one for A tier. That's pretty cool. Charlotte Village Mine is D tier. This is good. It's a good pothole dungeon. Sure. Man, there's a lot of caves in this fucking game, hey? Anon is the king of working hard for free. This is absurd. This is an absurd amount of dungeons. More all wreck. Is that everywhere, or is that just the Inferno side? That's everywhere, right? That's S tier. That looks good, regardless. I still want to rate them separately if I didn't have to. Cramjo and Crandor, that's lazy as fuck. Put that in F tier. Tower of Life Basement, sorry, is pretty cool. We're going to put that in D tier. Brimhaven Dungeon is so bad it's been deleted. Brimhaven Agility Dungeon, however, is pretty cool. Put that in the C column. Yanil Dungeon, C column. This is so fucked. Wizard Guild Basement? Fuck off. Witchhaven Dungeon, it's an old classic, that's D tier. Underground Pass is probably going to be S tier. We'll put that in S tier, I think so. Goblin Gnome Village Dungeon, Tree Gnome Village Dungeon. This is D tier. This is fucked. All right, this is absolutely cooked. Temple of Ikov. How do I rate these? Smoke Devil Dungeon is terrible. It's fucking shit. Or only a cave looks cool. That's about it. Can we just agree that can we just? It's just places with a roof, pretty much. Do we need to be going through all of these? Can we just pull it there and just say we've done the majority of the dungeons? Quicker to rate all the places not included here? It would be. This is absolutely absurd and on. Look how many fucking... Look how many I'm moving just to see the back. And it's just more and 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 more. This is insane. Every dungeon in the game, if it is not... Fuck you. If it is, fuck off. Okay, here we go. I don't care, yes. If it is not in S tier right now, then it is C tier. Alright, there we go. Login screen dungeon, S tier. Alright, that is the tier list dungeon done. They're fun, okay? Can we get a part 2? It's not lazy. Are you gonna fucking sit there and watch that? Do you want to keep watching this shit? Are you fucking serious? You can't be fucking serious. You cannot be protesting this. To be honest, it's lazy and pink. Wouldn't really change much for me. Stay or gay. I don't believe that you guys actually want to watch me do a fucking tier list of this shit. Really. Tile tier list next. Alright, okay. Here we go. Alright. Observatory. C tier. Kraken Cave. C tier. Queen's Lair. C tier. Cave Goblin. C tier. Elemental Workshop. C tier. Clock Tower. C tier. Chaos Druid. C tier. Brimstall. C tier. Ardy Sewers. C tier. Ancient Cavern. C tier. S tier. Xeric's Basement, C tier. Woodcutting Guild, C tier. Warren, C tier. Shays in Prison, C tier. Shays in Crypt, C tier. Giant's Den, B tier. Fortress Dungeon, B tier. Forsaken Basement, C tier. C tier. C tier. S tier. C tier. C tier. You can read. C tier. C tier. C tier. C tier. C tier. F tier. C tier. C tier. C tier. C tier. B tier, C tier, F tier, C tier, D tier, Why is there a White Knight's Castle Crypt? Isn't that just Death's fucking coffer? Too small, can you read their names out when you drag them? Fine. But isn't the White Knight's Castle Crypt, that's just Death's coffer, is it not? I missed the beginning, can you start again? No. Fuck off. That's F tier. Alright, Warriors Guild. What the fuck is the dungeon there? Cyclops. F tier. Tavley Dungeon. E tier. Scrubfoot's Cave. Oh, that's S tier as fuck. That's the best cave in the game. Ruins of Camdozel is A tier. Motherlode Mine is B tier. Mining Guild, B tier. Melzar's Dungeon, F. Hero Guild, F. Falador Mole Lair, B. Dwarven Mine, F. Asgardian Ice, D tier. There you go, guys. The tier list is done. Thank you. Thank you, thank you for watching the tier list you guys are fucked, okay? Anon, thank you. What do you mean wait? Wait for what? What's that one hiding behind the one that's the middle left? That'll be the Shade Catacombs, I believe. Now for the summary. Not fun. And then the one that's at the top, very fun. In ascending order. You've got the K from RS3. F tier. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him, goddamn. Fuck me, look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.